one goal settled it today. What do you make of the game today?
Not good enough all over the pitch. I know there's only 6 games gone this season, but in terms of what we're about and what we have been looking in the past, in the previous games, more so you can only go for the last game at Fleetwood, not good enough. Okay, first minute you give a free kick away, whether it's a free kick or not, and then it's a great strike, goes in the top corner, but after that we never had enough men on the pitch, didn't want to win first contact, didn't want to pick second balls up, just wasn't good enough, not what we're looking for.
It was a really physical game today. Is that what you expected from Cheltenham? They went long to Angol and Miller quite often.
They don't play in either way, Ross, so that's what they do. They play in the channels, they play in the corners, they go to Angol, as you said, physical presence. Our lads just wanted to fight with them, see what they can get. They were getting free kicks all day, they were getting throw-ins that came in your box, they were getting corners that came in your box, and they were a physical presence, and we never had that at all today. We got our decision making wrong, was when we should play and when we shouldn't play. When we would go long, we're trying to play 3 or 4 passes at the back when the ball should go long straight away after the first pass or the second pass. So it just wasn't us at all. It wasn't. I didn't like any of it, if you like, for 95 minutes.
A few flickers from Heath. It looks like it's going to be a really decent acquisition for you.
But that was the only bright spark. So, you know, I'm not even talking about game plans and all that, but when you get the ball out to a threat like him, like Isaac, he showed me the week what he can do. And, you know, it was flashes. So, as I said, when you're doing something well, or someone is doing something well in the team, then you carry on with that. But we just didn't, and it was just so disappointing.
Is this one you can park easily and move on? You've got a week's a long time in football.
It is, as you say. That's the saying, isn't it? And then the next game becomes even bigger now. So, you know, we've got, you know, the task ahead. We'll be working our socks, as they say, on the training ground and putting it right. We've had a few harsh words in the dressing room there, but we need men, and we give lads opportunities that come knocking on your door and say, why aren't I playing? And people say, and I'm not even on social media, so a little bit's what people say, and fans bumping into me, why doesn't he play, Why? And then they go and they throw performances and like that. So I'm not accepting that, I'm not having that. You know, at the end of the day, we're all in this together in terms of what you've got 6 games gone, but they've got to stand up and be counted, because at the end of the day, that's what you've got to do. As a footballer, you've got to do your job.
Plenty of new players that have come into the squad. Is it important to have those honest conversations with everybody early on?
It is. You know, I've just touched on a few little bits that God said in there, but you know, we'll keep the rest to ourselves. But as I said, I need the men on the pitch today. You know, and performances as well, and we didn't get that.
And it's about how you respond now, I guess.
It is. Again, that's what we just said in there. That's how you respond, because football gives you another opportunity, which we've got next week. But the games become bigger and bigger. So, you know, you're looking for your first win in the league. I've given them the pats on the back when we've played against certain teams that are top of the league or the top end, and we've got decent performances and decent points, or a decent point. But at the end of the day, you're only as good as your last game, and that wasn't good enough for nowhere near.
You made positive changes to try and change the game. Sinclair came on and he looked like he contributed. He
did, yeah, and we changed the shape as well, you know. So, as I said, I stuck to what we done last week. The 4-3-3 looked great against Fleetwood, the performances. But at this level, you have to put consistent performances in. You're a footballer, it's your job, it's your profession. So they all know that, and we've got to go again with it. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, back at home as well. I guess that's important. The home form's going to be massive this season.
Well, yeah, it is, and you know, we're still unbeaten at home. So, you know, which is good. So we'll keep that momentum going.
And just finally on the injuries, no Sass in the squad today. I get his long throw today would have been quite useful, I guess.
Well, just having Freddie on the pitch first and foremost, being a man and making tackles would have been great. So yeah, he trained yesterday and just felt you know, the back of his knee. So he was limping around a bit. He said he could get through it, but we didn't really want to risk him because he wasn't moving that well. So we'll see how he is next week.
And you mentioned the week Conor O'Brien starting to get back closer to contention as well. Might have him available sooner.
I don't know when that is, but he is starting to. He's ran out the past week and a bit. So we'll keep that and we'll monitor that and see how he goes. And
just finally, after a result like this, how good is it to have a free midweek to get players on the training ground and kind of get them together and just...
Yeah, well, you can reflect on what's just happened, can't you? So, you know, you can do loads of stuff on video stuff and everything else, but at the end of the day is when you get the shirt, you got to perform, and you got to go up against whatever you've got to go up against. And today was going up against a team which we knew how they played, we know how they went about it, we know what they were like as individuals and all that, and we didn't stand up and we weren't counted today. And that, not saying that we haven't done that in the past, because we have, you know. So I don't want a repeat of what happened last season. So they know that, and we'll all stick together and we'll go again. Yeah,
it's funny for me. Did that surprise you? You saying you didn't see players being stand up in camp, did that surprise you today?
But it's just performances, Ross, isn't it? It's consistency. So it's not hard. It's the more you perform consistently well, you don't play at this level. You go on and on. I've seen it. You know, I've coached in the Premiership, I've coached in the Championship, so I've seen these players. So that's just basically it. You know, the end of the day is the lads are good players, but you can't have an off game, you can't have 2 off games, you can't perform just when you feel like you've got to perform, and you've got to do it on a regular basis and do it consistently well.